You become what you receive. You become what you take in. Perhaps some of you will say that is very obvious. But we need to always be reminded of this very obvious and simple truth that we become what we receive. And this is very true in all aspects of life. Physically, you become what you take in. If you eat a lot of salty foods, then you know the outcome. Or you're fond of chocolates or cakes, you know what will happen to your sugar level. Monsignor Rolly is very careful in what he's taking in because he knows what will happen to him. We also know that socially and psychologically that is very true. A child who grows in a hostile, violent, rude environment, in all probability, will become rude, hostile, and violent. Whereas a child who grows in a loving, respectful, and caring family will become loving, caring, and respectful. You become what you receive. You become what you take in. In the first reading, we heard King Belshazzar, the son of King Nebuchadnezzar, and he was intoxicated not just by wine, but he was intoxicated by power, pride, arrogance. And that is why what happened? He threw a party, and in the midst of the party, having been drunk by power, he ordered the vessels from the temple of Jerusalem brought in because he thought he was more powerful than the God of the Israelites. He defiled the vessels of the temple and worshiped their own idols. He took in pride, arrogance, and that is why he became very proud. But then, the handwriting on the wall, as it is illustrated in the reading, was very evident. And Daniel foretold, because you took in too much violence, arrogance, and evil, you will meet your end. It is not mentioned in the reading, but that very night, King Belshazzar was slain. In the gospel, we are told by Jesus that those who follow me will suffer persecution. The world will reject you. The world will persecute you. Curses, violence, hatred will be hurled upon those who follow the Lord. That is why today, the whole church observes Red Wednesday. Later on, the cathedral will turn red to remember prayerfully the persecuted Christians. Because that is the truth in our faith journey. If you are a true follower of Jesus, it is inevitable that the world will persecute you, that everything will be thrown upon you. But then you may ask me, but you said, Father, earlier, you become what you receive. You become what you take in. And as Christians, everything is thrown at us. Curses, ridicules, lies, violence, anger. But we all know real Christians do not become rude, angry, hateful, violent. Kaya nga ho, di ba, paborito tayong punching bag ng maraming mga tao, lalo na yung mga nasa kapangyarihan. Kasi alam nila, ang mga tunay na Kristiyano, kahit pagtawanan, kahit pagmura-murahin, kahit alipustain, hindi gaganti ng ganoon. Precisely because, as I said, we become what we take in. We become what we receive. Receiving and taking in is a decision. We are not victims. We make a choice what we will receive. And that is why even if so many bad things are heaped upon us, but if we choose not to receive them, we are not transformed into what is being thrown at us. Kaya kahit anong sama, anong pangit ang ibato sa atin, kung hindi naman natin ito pipiliing tanggapin, hindi tayo magiging masama. Hindi tayo mapupuno ng galit at pait. Because we will show that what we are receiving is not what the world is giving us, but what God is giving us. And that is what we always pray for, that we may truly open our hearts so that we may truly receive not what the world gives, but what God gives. And that is why if we truly receive the love, the peace, the mercy of God, even if there is hatred, violence, and anger, we will remain loving, peaceful, and good. And that is what we pray for. And that is what we remember among the persecuted Christians who through the ages, from the martyrs until the present day, that despite what they have been receiving from this world, even at the expense of their life, they remain faithful to the end. Dahil ang mas tinatanggap nila, hindi ang ibinibigay ng mundo, kung hindi ang ibinibigay ng Diyos. Kaya't ang tanong sa bawat isa sa atin, anong tinatanggap mo? Ang tinatanggap mo ba yung ibinabato lang sa'yo at inaabot sa'yo ng mundong ito? Kaya ka tuloy madaling magalit. Kaya ka natatangay sa kasinungalingan. Kaya ka napapagaya sa mga hidwaan. O ang tunay nating tinatanggap ay ang awa, biyaya, pagmamahal at kapayapaan ng Diyos. They say that in moments of persecution, that is the shining moment of every Christian. Because in moments of persecution, in moments of difficulties, we are able to show the world, we are able to prove to ourselves what we are receiving. Huwag tayong matakot kapag tayo'y inuusig, inaalipusta, pinagkakaisahan. Huwag ko kayong matakot. Matatapos din ang mga yan, katulad ni King Belshazzar. Ang mas katakutan natin kung hindi natin tunay na tinatanggap ang pinagkakaloob ng Diyos sa atin. And that is why we turn to the Blessed Mother The first day of our novena is today. We turn to her because if there is someone also who was persecuted, it was Mary. From the very moment she said yes to God, she experienced a lot of persecution, rejection, calumny. She experienced a lot of difficulties. Ang dami-daming binato sa kanya mula nang sumunod siya sa kalooban ng Diyos. Nasa sinapupunan pa lang niya si Jesus, ang dami na niyang tiniis na paghihirap, ang dami na niyang pagsubok, ang dami ng mga mali, masama na pinaranas at ibinato sa kanya until she reached the foot of the cross. Her whole life was a shining moment because she showed to us she was truly full of grace, full of God, because she exuded not what the world was throwing at her, but she showed and radiated what God filled in her heart. For those who are experiencing persecution in one way or another because we are following Jesus, ang mga nagsasabi ng totoo, inaaway ng mga sinungaling. Ang mga taong para sa kapayapaan, pinagkakaisahan ng mga mararahas. Ang mga taong nagsusumikap magpakabuti, pilit na ibinababa ng mga masasama. Let us ask the Blessed Mother, the persecuted one, the faithful one, the highly favored one, to help us open our hearts so that we may truly receive what God is offering us. We become what we receive. We become what we take in. Like Mary, may we truly receive and take in the grace and goodness of God.